What's up, y'all? Okay, I'm not talking to nobody. Um, so we're just gonna sit here and wait for our guests to come in. I'm kidding. So my name is Wardell. Okay, Dells, aka Dells Duncan, and I'm the founder of the Virtual Black Business Crawl. That you're the page that you're on, obviously, and I have a very special guest with us tonight. I see her backstage. Um, so I'm gonna pull her in a second. Just want to kind of share with you guys what this is about. The virtual black. I see you. I see you, sis. I see you in the background. I see you. Um, I'm gonna bring you on, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna talk together. All right. Let me do this. All right. There we go. Boom. Boom.
Hi. Let me just
Hey,
back a little bit more because I'm
can
at
you
the
hear me?
bottom. Yes, I can hear you. Let
Okay.
me, matter of fact, on my earphones so I can hear you better.
Your earbuds. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Hey,
How's that?
big toe seasoning. What's up? The PKL podcast. What's going on? We see you guys. Bond serving. Hey, just saying hi to some of the folks that are tuning in. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You can hear me? Good?
I can hear you loud and clear, very
Okay,
clearly.
awesome.
I'm so happy for you to be here in the virtual building. I'm so happy to have you.
I'm happy
I'm
to be here
saying
too.
this is literally the day and age we're in. We're not in buildings no more. We're in virtual buildings. You see that?
Basically.
I'm saying.
It happened
So,
it
all right.
literally
So
so quickly. One minute we were in this world and then the next thing is like something
this
completely different.
this is exactly right. Exactly right. I remember when my boss told me, she called me to her office and she said, Wardell, I am releasing you today. I was like, what? Wait a minute, ma'am. Hold on. What are you talking about? But her and I have that kind of relationship. So
Mhm.
she said, no, I'm just kidding. I have to let you go home today because of this coronavirus, and we're trying to decrease the density in the building. So I was like, oh, okay, because stop playing. Like I thought you thought you was letting me go because I know I ain't do nothing. And then I didn't know 6 months later we were still gonna be home. Like
Yeah.
this is crazy. This is crazy.
That's what it
Hey,
is
here's
for a
Image
lot of
Films.
people. So yeah, that's what it is for a
Mhm.
lot of people, home, working from home, but then you gotta also think about the people who were furloughed for a little while and didn't
Mhm.
actually have
Mhm.
work and then the unemployment hike. So that drama. So
Right. Right. It's a lot. It's a lot. And a friend of mine and I were just talking, and she was saying how this hasn't been that bad for her. Like it's actually this whole time has been good for her. And
yeah.
that's the sentiment of a lot of people. But then there's a lot of people that's not the sentiment. Not those are the people we gotta keep in prayer and keeping our thoughts because it's been tough for some people, and I know some of them.
Yeah, I
You know what I
know.
mean? We
It's
lost
been
a lot
it's
of
been
people.
really okay for me, but it's just an adjustment of living. But
Mhm.
thank thankfully, thank God, it
Mhm.
really hasn't been like something that it was just it has been really good, like
Mhm.
really good, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, I didn't lose no wages. I actually got a little extra money because I had time to do like side gigs like photo shoots and you
I
know
know that's right.
websites and marketing for people and branding and stuff. So I had a little bit of extra time, and a little bit extra money, and I was able to bless other people with it. So that worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So
That's
okay, so let's get into this. First of all, for those of you that just tuning in, my name is Dells Duncan. I'm the founder of the Virtual Black Business Crawl. I'm excited to be here today with an individual who I've known for a long time, but
yeah, no.
we we just kind of linked up recently. Um, so let me give her a little introduction. Kemerlin is her name.
Yes,
Kemerlin Rich.
you got
She
it.
is. I got it right. I got it right.
Yes.
Kemerlin Rich. She's based in Queens, New York. Okay, Queens, I see you. Queens in the building. Brooklyn here. Okay. Beach. We're not gonna say nothing though.
Well, I'm really Brooklyn, but I just live in Queens, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
a
Well,
long story. But yeah.
okay. So BK all day. All right. We
So
BK. We okay. We're
BK.
Brooklyn. We Brooklyn. She is a content curator and influencer marketer, right? And She
Yes.
also is a branding specialist. She holds a bachelor's degree in English Lit and a master's in public administration. She comes from a beautiful, strong, and proud heritage. Some Liberian, some Sioux Indian. You got
Yeah.
Indian in your family, okay? You you got
Yeah, like
Indian in your
really
family.
Indian. Because most black people like I got the Cherokee, but no, I'm on the Sioux side, so
Yeah,
it's not it's not
that's real
Cherokee.
Indian, right? Because
Yes.
you know, black people only know about Cherokee. That's all we know. We don't know no other tribes. That's all we know. But you got the real Indian in you, okay? I love it. And amongst other
Yeah.
things, Kemerlin is classy. She's beautiful. She's intelligent, and she drinks
Thank you.
Pellegrino water. I peeped that.
Oh,
She drinks Pellegrino
okay.
water.
All right.
So you guys put your virtual hands together for Kemerlin Rich. Woo! I don't have the click track,
I'll throw a
so
hand in there for me
yeah,
too.
I don't have the click track ready, but next time I promise you. So what's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I think we said that already, though, right? We said that, yeah. That was it's just
Yeah, I think
the
but it's
transition.
okay. We can say hi
It's
how many
okay.
times we want. I mean, it's
You're
okay.
absolutely right. You're
Hi,
absolutely right.
hi, hi.
hmm So okay, so let's dig into Chamberlain a bit more,
Okay.
because you are your brand. You're
Yes.
your brand, right?
Yes.
And that's important to understand because people have companies, and then some individuals are their own brand, and you are your own brand. And I know you have a deep interest in fashion and travel. Tell me a little bit more about that. Where have you gone? Where to date? Where you want to go? What's on your bucket list?
Well, I think I'll talk about that bucket list because I think that's a little bit more of my passion right now. I've
Hmm
traveled a few places, but like it hasn't been the places where I'm just like this is always where I wanted to be.
hmm
Albeit I've had great times, great connections, learned new things, but some of the places that I definitely want to go is Maldives. Definitely
hmm
want to take a trip there. Uh, I think for
How long
me,
does it take?
it's
Like two
not.
days? 2 days to
I
get
think
there?
it takes like I think it's like 18 hours. I want to
Ooh.
say 18 hours, close to a full day to get there.
Mm-mm.
That's one place that I definitely want to go. I
Mhm.
mean, you got Bahamas, Cancun, but I feel like those are like socially kind of like popular places.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like for me, Maldives is actually picking up speed with popularity actually.
Really.
But places like Greece, Santorini, like a lot of like secluded places that I think I really would love. And then of course, you want to go to places with good shopping.
Mhm.
Yeah, but a lot of scenic, secluded places where I can, you know, whomever I'm with
Mhm.
to, really spend that time and
Right.
build that connection, not just to be there. And then also where I can do like a lot of outdoor things because I'm an outdoor kind of girl. So
Right.
like the hiking, the parasailing, the jet
Mhm.
skis, I'm there.
Mhm.
Call me, I'm there.
I guess somewhere too where you can get some content. Okay, content curator.
Well,
Give.
content for me is one of those things where I feel like as a content curator, you have to be able to be in any space and be
Mhm.
able to make it work.
Wow.
So no matter where I am, I'm getting content,
Mhm.
you know. So I can make my audience feel like I'm in one of those places, that they've always dreamed to be, or some place or a moment that they want to have. And I think
Right.
that's what makes a content creator or curator, you
Mhm.
know, talented.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely. So you make your content wherever you are.
yeah, I actually wrote a blog post on that, create where you are, and it
Mhm.
was about mainly, uh, it was about that sentiment about being wherever you are in life, in wherever space physically and mentally, and still being able to find something within that to
Mhm.
create, right?
Mm.
Because a lot of times we feel like we have to be in the perfect spot, the perfect place, the perfect moment, and all that
Mhm.
drama. We look at social media and we see people living these amazing lives,
Mhm.
right? Some contrived, some real, and we compare ourselves and we start to get in an emotional space that we
Mm.
shouldn't be. And so
Right.
I wrote the blog post to say that it doesn't really matter. I shared an experience with like the transition with the virus and being at home and not being able to go outside as much as I'd like to go outside. So what
Mm-hmm.
do now? You start to create spaces where you can get photos, where you can get pictures inside the
Mm-hmm.
home. And that's one of the things that I had to do. So I took that experience, that experience taught me that, girl,
Mm-hmm.
like seriously, you're never going to have a perfect moment. There's never going to always be an ideal situation, but
Mm-hmm.
you are who you are. Make it work, you know. And
Right.
so
Right. Right.
that's pretty much the sentiment behind that particular blog.
That's good. That's good. Because I guess as any content curator would know, you have to develop your content. I guess from what I've seen, they basically
Hmm.
develop the content from their own life. You know what I mean? From their life
Well, some
experiences.
do. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll say it like this: it's a vast kind of market, and Instagram is a place where you see visually. So people want to
Mm-hmm.
create a life in front of you, that in front of someone else, that their audience would want to have to a certain extent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, it's not a lot of times that you don't have 100% authenticity or
Mm-hmm.
realness with that, you know? So that's why you definitely have to really pay attention to comparison and all of that, because these people are not living all the time the lives that they put out here.
They
And
portray.
sometimes they don't even look like they actually do
Right.
on Instagram. So, girl, boy, or whomever you
Mm-hmm.
are, do not trip
Mm-hmm.
over what you see, because
Right.
sometimes what you see
It's not
isn't
what you're gonna
always
get.
the absolute truth. It
Right.
isn't, you know. Sometimes you'll meet these people in person and they won't even speak to you.
Oh.
But you can say hi to me if you see me on the
Mm-hmm.
street. I was like, hey,
Absolutely.
Kemerlin, hi, Kim.
Absolutely.
You know, all of that
Kemerlin
kind
is
of stuff,
is
you know.
humble. Okay, she's humble. You can say hi to her on the street. Take a picture with her too. Um, but then if you want to book her, you gotta call her management. Okay, because I have to answer that
Okay.
question. Right. So listen, that's a good segue into authenticity. Authenticity is like your mantra, right?
Yeah.
So let me give you a quote. Let me give you guys a quote. She said, "Authenticity is something we must commit to, be invested in, create moments that are real. Today, authenticity is a luxury, and it's one that I can't live without." Dig into that. Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit more about that. How'd you come up with that quote?
Um,
I stole it from your
That's
website.
just
So
honestly,
yeah.
that's just how. Of course, I mean, that's just how I
Mhm.
feel. I mean, it's on my journey in life, in business. You just find that a lot of people compartmentalize
Mhm.
a personality, compartmentalize different sectors of themselves. I'm not
Mm.
saying that I'm out here kind of like divulging, like, here I am, see everything, because sometimes we
Mhm.
get drunk off of transparency, and really transparency to a certain extent has become a trend. Let me tell all my business so somebody can connect with me, and then if they connect with me, then I can get more sales, I can get more blah blah blah. So let me tell all my business. That's not how it works.
Mhm.
It's just about being who I am and living that out as real as I can in front of an audience. And if
Mhm.
that audience is digging it, then hey, I'm for you. If not, then I'm not. And it's okay, you know? And
Mhm.
so when I say authenticity is a luxury, I mean it's a luxury because it's not something that's always common, that what you visually see before you is what you will get on a day-to-day basis if you
Mm.
actually dove into that person's life. Me
Right.
personally, it's not so much of an authenticity requirement that I'm looking for from other people. It's something for me that I
Mhm.
want to continue to maintain. And the thing about
Mhm.
it is that we can be as real as we want to be, but can we maintain that? And maintaining it takes integrity.
Mhm.
Maintaining it sometimes you're going to have losses being
Right.
real, you know?
Absolutely.
And I could have gotten to places quicker if I would have jumped on board and been like every
Mhm.
person or every woman. But it just, I I have a picture of myself when I was a young girl, and it was like that particular day, I didn't feel like smiling. So the
Mm-hmm.
photographer's like smiling. So I kind of gave like a half smile, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, come on, take the picture, stop messing with me, right? And so my mom, it's kind of like a joke in the family. My mom, she purchased my pictures with me looking just like that. She didn't tell me to go back to the school and take them
Mm-hmm.
over because she knew that's my child. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's just how I've always been. It's just kind of like one of those things where if I tried to, I would look awkward. I would look stupid. So I might as
Because it's
well
not
just,
your authentic self.
it's just really not me. So I might
Mm-hmm.
as well be myself and be okay with the wins and the losses
Mm-hmm.
in in regards to that. Because remember, authenticity is not something that you just around here, you thrown it in my face because some people try to be authentic with an attitude and with a gun. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
myself, period. You gonna take it or you gonna leave
Right,
it. No,
right, right, right,
no,
right,
no. You don't
right.
even gotta do you don't even have to do all
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm just who I am. And if you dig it, I'm for you.
Right.
If not, then I'm not.
Then I'm
It's
not.
all
That's it.
good,
That's
you know?
it. I love the fact that your mother didn't say, you know what, those pictures look horrible. Okay,
Nah,
we,
she
I'm not buying those pictures. No, she knew her baby, and she said, listen, I'm gonna buy these pictures anyway because this is her authentic self. So look,
yep, and it's sitting right over there.
you think that this
Big
authentic
as that.
right, you think that this authenticity started with you. No, it started with your mother. You see that?
It probably did.
It
Yep.
started with mommy.
She
Yeah.
didn't try to change me, so thank you, Mom.
That's right. And can't nobody change it now because it's embedded in you. Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I certainly can appreciate that. I know when we were talking earlier, we were talking about I had grabbed a quote from our conversation that said
Okay.
that we were talking about business and how businesses need to not only they need to create an experience.
Mhm.
And I thought about it. I put the two together. Um, it needs to be an authentic experience. You know what I mean? It can't, it's just like we were saying, like everybody's not created to be a business owner. I don't believe that.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
learn and you can be educated, but I don't think everybody has that proper authenticity to be a business owner. You know what I mean? Um, so with that though, since we're talking about business, I know your business would be a content curator, right?
Well, yeah, it will be
Influencer
like
marketer.
influencer aesthetics, but influencer marketing is
Mm.
really the top. Like,
So
it's
so
pretty
tell me,
much
tell us what that means for the people in the back
okay.
because
So
they don't really
all
know.
right, so influencing, like the word itself, like you
Mhm.
can persuade, convince, or cause people to take action, cause people
Mhm.
to make a movement, cause people to feel in whatever way. There's different types of influencers.
Mhm.
I think I'm more on the side of the aesthetic influencer and then also the storyteller. It's kind of
Mhm.
like I live my life, how I live my life in a for layman's term, a picturesque,
Mhm.
sort of way, aesthetically, visually, and other brands either reach out to me to be incorporated in my story. So if my
Right.
story is something of like health, if my story is about fashion and how fashion helps build the self-esteem, if my story is
Mhm.
about women empowerment, I tell my story in a way that first I can make that connection and that engagement, and
Mhm.
then what tends to happen is those brands that are in line with that message
Mhm.
say, hey, Kim, or hey, Kemerlin, business wise, hey, Kemerlin,
Mhm.
I want to be a part of your story. I saw that, authenticity is something that you really love and that you talk about. I want you to use our products and tell your story. We want to
Mhm.
pay you to, tell your
Right.
story through our products. So pretty much that's what it is. And uh, you can influence in any sort of way. I feel like it makes sense for a lot of portions of my life, but for the business side, it's
Mhm.
being capable to tell a story, right? And then cause others to want to be a part of that story, through
Mhm.
daily living.
Wow, that's good money. So you think you know things and then you don't really know them because Camelin comes in and blows your whole spot up. I kind of know what a content curator is, but the influencer marketer, I was like, so but you explained it very well. I certainly appreciate that.
I will hope
Um,
so. Try to get
I
they
mean,
pay me for this, right?
I'm exactly. So speaking of which, what are some of your favorite opportunities that you had? Some of your worst ones, if you'd like to share.
Oh
Kind of
gosh.
get
Okay.
into that world.
Okay, so I'll start with like, well, with this whole Black Lives Matter movement,
Mhm.
it's put us in a very different kind of space, a space to bargain and negotiate more, I will say that.
Mhm. Mhm.
However, the worst thing in the world, like you, for me, I don't know about anything else. You will get people all the time. Hey, these brands, they'll come under your post. We're not talking about the spammy ones, not the ones that always ask you to try to DM them, because that's just like
Mhm.
ridiculous. Like if you want me to work with you, why do I have to reach out to you to work with you? That just makes
Right.
no sense.
Yeah.
So
Red
those,
flag.
so we're talking about the ones, that's the first red flag. So tell
Mhm.
them no. So we're talking about the ones that actually go the business route, send you an email, give you a whole type of scope of work and what they want you to do. I don't want to
Mhm.
divulge in like brands' names or anything like that. But
Mhm.
what I will say that a lot of times what you'll get is you'll get a lot of flattery, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Flattery is a means to get you off guard in your ego, right? Stroke your
Mhm.
ego. You're so beautiful. You're so wonderful. We love your work and all of that
Mhm.
other stuff. We'd love to work with you. And then they'll hit you with the, so we were wondering if you're willing to do any sort of in kind. And in kind is a trade of products
Right.
for, a post.
Mhm.
And so after you get through all of the flattery and everything like that, the in kind is at the bottom, in the small print.
Mhm.
And so they love to flatter you and tell you like all these beautiful things, but they don't want to pay you for
Right.
your work. And so one thing I've been finding, especially this year, I've never been on that train of doing free work. So
Mhm.
no hasn't been a problem for me per se. But I think with a lot of these brands, you must first know the parameters and your rights within each of these negotiations.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I've been saying no a lot with that said. However, with me saying no, I've had a few instances where they've gone back to the drawing board, came back and said to me, we would like to put you on this particular list. That once we open up paid collaborations, we really want to work with you because we
Mhm.
understand that you must be paid for your work.
Right.
Yeah, I must be paid for my work. I've
Right.
had brands to reach out to me, and we've closed within a day. They
Mhm.
they paid me before they even saw any type of work from me because they believed in what I was doing.
Wow.
I have a lot of things that are like right now on the table that's in future. So
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing with that whole experience is knowing your rights and
Mhm.
knowing your value and understanding that it's okay to let an opportunity, I wouldn't even call it an opportunity, but it's okay to let an opportunity pass if
Mhm.
it does not meet your overall end goal.
Right.
And if you don't know what that is, I suggest that you take a step back because you'll end up accepting
Mhm.
anything just to get, and then you'll end up being in a hole,
Mhm.
and then it's kind of like you drawing all of that free work to you. You don't
Mhm.
want that.
Yeah.
You want to
Mhm.
continue to do paid work and then more paid work.
Mhm.
So I guess those are the experiences that I've
Yeah.
had so far
That
with that.
that it reminded me of a few things, but it reminded me of when I first started doing photography. And in photography, you kind of have to pay your dues a little bit. So you have to kind of build your portfolio, and you have to do things pro bono, for a little while.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point where you're good, you can hold your own, and the people end up still not wanting to pay you. They try to finagle their way into getting you to do things for free.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm
if you,
sorry.
no, I know you're getting a little upset. I know it's okay,
Like,
but if you, but that's so you have a little advantage over a lot of other people because you have a master's in public administration. I'm sorry, I love my people with degrees. I love it. I just love it.
yes.
Shout out to my little sister over here, Alicia Shante, she just got a master's degree in social work. Shout out to you. But you have that overall knowledge of business. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Back in the day, I know when I first started doing photography, models used to get emails from, sometimes it was from Africa, sometimes it wasn't, and it would say, we're gonna give you a deposit of $500, right? And then you
Okay.
take this deposit and you go put it into your bank account, and then
Okay.
blah blah blah. But what will happen is once you put it in your bank account, it alerts the authorities and you get in big trouble. But you know what? It was all because they were trying to chase that dollar. You know what I mean? And didn't understand business at all. So it's very
Okay.
important. It's very important to understand business. So you got that upper hand on people. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you're watching this and this pertains to you, make sure you understand a little bit about a lot of business. Okay? That'll keep
Yeah.
you safe. If you don't, hire a lawyer, hire an attorney, hire Kemerlin. She's been through it. She knows,
In the
how much
interim,
check. Okay.
know enough not to be scammed. Okay? Know
Exactly.
enough not to be scammed. Like, read
Mhm.
your contracts, pay attention. If you don't understand some type of verbiage, you stop, you ask questions,
Mhm.
you research, do what you need to do to first come to the table with the knowledge that they already think you don't have.
Mhm. Wow,
You
that's
know?
good.
So
Mhm.
if you do have to say no, you're not saying no just because the money isn't right. You're saying no because of certain stipulations, certain language, certain things aren't lining up with
Mhm.
your overall goal, and it's a
Mhm.
misrepresentation of what you would want to have
Mhm.
as a brand or as
Mhm.
a business. But know enough not to be scammed
Mhm. Mhm. And
or
some of
and
it,
to waste your time, because a lot of people like to waste your time. You
some of
know,
it's really
they
common
really
sense
do.
though. Some of it's really common sense. But I think you're so excited to get this call from this company, to get this little
Yeah,
check
that's
that you.
flattery. They will.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
flattery.
Mhm.
I'm trying to tell you,
Mhm.
flattery. It, in this business, and sometimes in business, it really works
Mhm.
for a
Mhm.
lot of these people who really aren't gonna do right by you.
Right. Right. So if somebody's trying to break into this, influencer marketing, content, creative branding, well, brand specialist is a little different, but if they were trying to break into this, what are the good things that you would share with them? Because we already obviously talked about the not so
Yeah.
good things. What are the good things? What are the benefits of it?
Well, first of all, the benefits, if it's something that you really want to do, the benefit is that you're actually doing something that you really want
Mm.
to do. I
Mhm.
mean, me creating is an expression. Me creating
Mhm.
is sometimes helps me to push out thoughts and feelings about certain things. But
Mhm.
it's such a satisfaction when you've done work and it comes out well, and you create a
Mhm.
process for yourself that will continue to work for you and continue to pay you. But
Mhm.
sometimes, a lot of times in the creating aspect, you have to learn how
Mhm.
to be it to be about your business at all times. You know,
Mhm.
so even though you're creating and you're giving out to an audience, don't just create for no with no purpose. You know,
Mhm.
like if I
Mhm.
share certain things, if I'm in, like I'll give an example. If I even if I have a video and it's good light, I use a filter for skin tone, like whatever,
Mhm.
hair, whatever. If I do all of those beauty kind of videos or anything like that, I'm not just doing that because
Mhm.
guess what? In the next story, I'm eventually going to talk about my hair. I'm eventually talk about
Right.
my skin. I'm eventually talk about what I use and what I do in my regimen, and
Mhm.
that creates a story or an avenue for brands to be a part of a particular part of my story. So one
Mhm.
thing I would definitely say is that you get to do and you get to express yourself
Mhm.
the way you want to, like
Mhm.
as in your passion. Another
Mhm.
thing that's good is that um, it teaches you a lot of things, and I probably won't be traditional in the good parts that I'll give. It
Mhm.
teaches you character if you're willing to learn
Mhm.
it. It teaches you perseverance.
Mm.
It develops different portions of yourself. I will honestly say in my business life, I've developed so much personally,
Mm.
self development, uh, dealing with people, dealing with setbacks, dealing with frustrations, and all that sort of things.
Mm.
Business has helped me to develop me as a person, develop
Mm.
a voice, develop the maturity that I needed, in my
Mm.
own personal life. So one of the major things about breaking into this is, you know, you will be doing something that you love to do. Second, you
Mm.
will meet a lot of great people. Um, the third thing would be, of course, the money. But I just don't. I mean, isn't that obvious, right? I mean,
Mm.
once you get to a
Right.
certain place and you do what you're supposed to
Mm.
do, you know, you make the
Right.
money. I mean, you can make a lot of money on one collaboration.
Mm.
Seriously,
Mm.
if you do and put things in the proper place. But
Right.
I think what speaks volumes is just being able to do what you love to do daily.
Yeah.
I
What comes
mean,
naturally.
what literally comes naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. If it does, that's important
Yeah,
because with whatever industry you go into, there still has to be a bit of passion in it. A bit of
yeah,
enjoying what you do in order to do it effectively. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good information. I know we talked earlier about I know you mentioned something about offering some classes, so workshops. So what does the future look like for Kemerlin Rich?
uh, I know
Oh
what it
wait,
looks
pause.
like, but
Hold on. While you're thinking about that, I
okay.
have to interject your social media because I noticed that at the bottom it takes your name out
Yes,
at the bottom. So tell your social
it
media real
does.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay, so
It's not
my
there.
social media, you don't see it? Okay. I'm going to say it. I'm gonna spell it, and then I'm probably gonna type it in for you guys. So my social media is
Okay.
Kemerlin Rich, and that's KEMERLINRICH. Right? I am Kemerlin Rich across all platforms, across Twitter and Facebook, and oh, here it is, pinned. So that's me, Kemerlin Rich.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
you
that's what I
guys
think I'm
can
going to do
check me out.
because I don't know. It doesn't show your. It shows at the top the virtual black business crawl, but it doesn't show at the bottom. Maybe that's just on my end.
Yeah, because I
You
can
probably can
see
see
with
your.
Chamberlain Ridge, so I can see it, but we have
Oh,
it here
okay.
now, you guys.
Okay, good. Yeah. So it's pinned at the bottom. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Future business.
Okay, so future. This is not something I'm going to be doing all the time. I think I'm going to definitely evolve into a different sort of role. I
Mhm.
know that within that role, my agenda and my purpose is to really uh, help people beyond the surface kind of thing. So I will probably be dealing with a lot of, I'll say it like this, inside and
Mhm.
outside sort of work. So I'll,
Mhm.
I'll, I'll say it like that. So I'm doing this not for now in a sense, but this is just a stepping stone to put me in the place that I need to continue to speak into the lives of people.
Mhm. Well, that's good. That's good. I hear you, I'm sure it'd be very well in that regard. Um, just my conversation with you earlier encouraged me a little bit. To keep doing some of the things I'm doing, um, and to know your purpose and to understand your purpose and to push forward in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's very important. Um, so 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 how since we were talking about your social media, how can they get in touch with you in terms of collaborations, speaking engagements? If anybody's watching, any brands are watching,
Okay.
that just love you like we do over here, how can they get in touch with you outside of your Instagram
Okay.
account?
So outside of my Instagram account, you can definitely send me an email at hello@cameronrich.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a website, cameronrich.com, right, where
Mm-hmm.
you can send an email with to me through my website. So everything is pretty much Cameron Rich kemerlinrich.com. My email is hello@kemerlinrich.com
Mm-hmm.
for
Okay.
collaborations.
Right. So you guys get with her, okay? Listen, come with your checkbook, okay? Don't come asking, because you're gonna have to go to her manager anyway. But don't come and don't come thinking you're gonna get something for free. This is not the level we at, okay? We're at a little a different level, okay? And you need the honest to God though, you know, when people pay for something, they appreciate the service or product a little bit more than they do when it's free. You know what I mean? You're more. It's more easy for you to regard it and to not toss it to the side if you paid for
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So this is what we need to do. This is the virtual black business crawl. Okay, so we're talking to business owners who thrive by getting paid. So we have to pay. Okay, I'm just saying. Somebody in the back might need to hear that. Okay.
Bottom line.
Bottom line. I know. Now listen, this doesn't reflect Kemerlin being all about money, okay? But at the same time, you know, money moves the world around, okay? And the scripture says money answers all things, okay? So
Listen,
I'm just saying,
those bills.
come with a checkbook. Come with a checkbook. You know what I wanted to ask you? I hang around a lot of these people you call creatives. Would you call yourself a creative?
Oh yeah, we definitely talked about it. Yes, I will call myself a creative. I'm definitely a creative, but I'm not the typical creative,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Like the idea that, with this organization and all that kind of stuff, my brain is kind of wired a little
Because we
bit.
got two sides of creatives. One side is they just have everything all over the place, scattered, and they try constantly to put it together, but they end up failing most of the time. Then you have the other side of creatives who are a whole lot more organized, have it together, or have the ability to keep it together, I should say. And that's where you're on that side of the
I'm definitely on that side. That comes from, like I was talking before, that comes from my bloodline, literally. I am Liberian, I'm African. My people were warriors.
I heard the accent, right?
So everything was about
You heard the accent?
everything was about strategy. So yeah, and then the master's in public administration. So that makes sense why I would go into something like that and deal with something like that. But then I also needed to feed that creative side with the English lit, So before I approach anything, I'm trying to. I honestly, I'm already at the end before I start. Before I've already gone through. This is what this is here. That's just what I do. Like I don't particularly like chaos. I don't always create with a complete plan though. Sometimes I get the waking up in the middle of the night. I got an idea. Let me try it. And then just do it as I whatever. But then I try to, create a process that, okay, if I want to, mimic this again, if I want to do it again. I mean, it could just have been just for that one moment. But if I want to do it again, I can.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So we're almost, time is running, but I did want to talk to you about another very important aspect of your business. Okay. I noticed that you interject your faith into your business. Sometimes, in my experience, sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad. How have you found a balance, a way to do what you do, you know what I mean, and interject your faith in it and not be offensive to people where they'll be turned off by it, but also be able to draw people into what you're doing, and because you have a nice little following, I think. Yeah, a nice little following, right?
Yeah, it's a nice little following.
It's a nice little following. It's a nice little following.
Yeah.
But how do you do that? How do you balance it? And kind of, I'm sure you could bring your authenticity into that as well.
Yeah. I don't think I don't overdo it, because the fact of the matter is that when something is just a part of you, it's just what it is. It comes out.
Yeah.
I look at it like this. If I understand that, we must have and be wise in our approach if we approach. But
Mhm.
I do believe that a lifestyle lived is a great testimony, the greatest of
Mhm.
all. Because I can say a bunch of words, but what is my life? You
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
And with that said, we're on social media. People are living their lives however they want
Mhm.
to.
Mhm.
So I shouldn't shrink back or hold back, from living
Mhm.
the life in Christ,
Mhm.
as is, you
Mhm.
know. So if you see me and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, then it's thank you,
Mhm.
Jesus. I mean,
Right.
what am I gonna do about it? If you
Because
hear a
people are
song and it's
twerking.
in praises to my King,
We got people twerking.
I mean,
They got
listen,
people saying, "Thank you, Jesus."
I look at butt cheeks and I ain't got nothing to do. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
They ain't got nothing to do
I'm
with you.
doing what I'm doing.
Right.
Hey,
And we're not judging
have
them.
a great Monday.
We're not judging them.
Not at all. That has
That's
nothing to do
their
with me.
life.
So
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And it's their life and this is mine.
Mhm.
So I feel like a lot of times Christians make it a very difficult task,
Mhm.
because they always looking to throw him in,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
he should just be a part,
Mhm.
he's not
Mhm.
looking to be for you to remember, like, originator, creator of the universe,
Mhm.
creator. So
Mhm.
you are a deity, you are a God. You're not someone that can be controlled by man. You are the controller. So when you approach God with, okay, well, God, this is my life, I'm gonna throw you in, that's your first violation.
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
looking to come into your life and be a
Mhm.
part of it, and a part
Right.
of your day to day, a part of what's going on, a part of the thought process, a part of the heartache, the pain, not just compartmentalizing him like, for social media, I'm gonna throw you on here, and
Mhm.
then no, no, no,
Mhm.
no. He just wants to be a part. So I think a lot of times that's why you may have a lot that just try to jam it down your throat, because
Mhm. Mhm.
baby, it might not be an everyday thing for them. They might just be
Right.
like, all right, I gotta do my Jesus section. No,
Mhm.
like I'm
Mhm.
in here getting dressed, I'm doing my hair, and I
Mhm.
got Jesus playing in the background. It's
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
part. It's a part, and that's one thing with marketing, is that a lot of people don't know that they send and give you little signs and signals over time.
Mhm.
They repetition, seeing a commercial a
Mhm.
lot. You may not the power of suggestion. You might not
Mhm.
even be hungry, but then that Big Mac, I don't even eat that stuff, so
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
FYI, I don't eat that way, but I'm just using that for an example. But
Mhm.
that Big Mac comes across your screen, and then all of a sudden you're hungry. They know how to manipulate the mind
Mhm.
emotionally to make you feel things that you don't even feel. So
Mhm.
that's the art of, to a certain degree, marketing. Like, they
Mhm.
create a scenario over time by the repetition, by the constant flow. And the
Mhm.
thing about, this having my faith, I don't have to
Mhm.
incorporate it in a life that just is a life of faith. Like, it is what it is,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
So I don't scram around looking for something to say about him, because it's just, I have something to say about him, because actually this
Mhm.
happened today, and actually I am
Mhm.
in this. Actually, he
Mhm.
is teaching me this. Actually,
Mhm.
he is, this is how I feel. So it's not something that I tend to put on the side and put here. Now, of course, now we're not crazy. We're not walking into the board meetings like, Jesus is here,
Right. 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 Right.
but
Absolutely.
you just are who you are. Like,
Mhm.
let's have some sense. But some people think, you do things like that. But
Mhm.
no. But yeah,
No,
it's
but
just
that's
what I
why
am.
that's how I appreciate what you're doing, because you have a good balance. It's not offensive, but you leave it in there and you still get business. You know what I mean? So you're a testament to a lot of people, that they
Yeah.
can do this. They can be people of faith and as well, be a content creator. I think the lesson today here, folks, is authenticity. I think,
Yeah.
uh,
It
you
should
know,
be, right?
we need to live our lives authentically. You know what I mean? Um, and Kemerlin is one to do that. Kemerlin, I really appreciate your time today. This was fun. We probably have to do it
Thank
again,
you.
maybe. I'll call myself because I'm your manager. and I'll make sure it's okay with me.
I certainly appreciate it.
I'll make sure it's okay with me, and I'll have a check, okay, for myself. How does that work? I have
Okay.
a check. Yeah, I don't know how it works. But Kemerlin, you have any last thoughts to share with the people?
The only thing that I would say, definitely, it's
Don't you
about
love that
being
question?
authentic and
Mm.
huh?
I said,
The
don't you love
question
that
about do
question?
I have any last thoughts?
Right. It's called being put on the
Absolutely.
spot.
Hey,
Mhm.
no problem. The thing
Mhm.
that I would probably want to say to each and every person is that I know that we are all working towards a goal. We're all working towards something. If you're here, you may, you know, have a need or feel like, okay, where am I going? What am I doing? Um, what's this all about? What's my true purpose and all that other kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I just want to say, like, though we are black, we're in business, we're together, you must take the time to truly know what you are, who you are.
Mm.
And because if you're in any situation, if you don't know, it's kind of like having a unsturdy foundation. You'll toss
Mm.
here, there, thinking that you should go this direction, thinking you should go that
Mhm.
direction. And it's okay to not open yourself up to anything until you understand what it
Mhm.
really is you are here for, you
Mm.
know? And then when you understand what you're here for, be okay with that because
Mhm.
everybody is not here for the same thing. Just like Dell said at the beginning, like everyone is not here to be a business owner. Don't
Mhm.
try to stuff something, or try to present something that you may not be here for. You got
Mhm.
to also be in a place of acceptance when you
Mm.
do find your purpose.
Mm.
Because a lot of times people are good at things that they push aside, that they ignore because it's not popular and it's not something that they feel is good enough because
Mhm.
it's not the culture, it's not
Mhm.
the trend.
Mhm.
But really take the time. If you want to have that peace of mind, that balance in business, that balance in life, that's the way you'll be able to walk into different rooms with people with differences. I actually put a
Mhm.
quote up like that today. Knowing who you are allows you to walk in a room with everybody doing whatever they're doing and you still walk out,
Mm.
keeping the main thing the main thing.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you got to find out what the main thing is. And so it's not really business-esque, but I think I
Mhm.
definitely want to say that because
Believe
you,
that.
you
That's
need
good.
that,
That is good, Kemerlin. That's good. I think I'm gonna have to send you an offering. Okay. I'll have no. I do some cash over there. I don't have no cash on me. But Kemerlin, thank you so much. I'm very grateful for you
Thank
saying yes
you.
to coming on live with us. This is the Virtual Black Business Crawl. I am Dell's, your host, as well as the founder of the Virtual Black Business Crawl. And I have had the delight of having Kemerlin Rich on our live. Okay, and Kemerlin, this is our very first Instagram live. So you just made a little bit of
Oh,
history.
awesome.
Okay, so you the bomb.com. Okay, um, but you can contact her. Her Instagram is pinned at the bottom. You can also go to kemerlinrich.com. That's KEMERLINRICH.com and check her out there. And she'll be glad to chop it up with you. She's very humble, very sweet young lady, and I'm grateful to have had her. And you know what? Since a good friend of mine, Stephen Strickland, just joined, I'm going to end with one of his favorite sayings. Do what
Okay.
you love and love what you do. All right, y'all?
Oh, I like it.
I like
All
it too.
right.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Kemerlin. We'll
Have a
talk.
good night.
All right. God
Thank
bless.
you. Yes.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.